The next talk would be a very brief one. We had to have Dr. David from India about gastroenterity, but he couldn't come, so we're replacing his talk with another one. This is more like a discussional talk that me and Martin Hauser wanted to present to you as the Tephritoid specialists from all over the world. So the thing is that right before the Congress, this outbreak of Zeugodacus tau happened in California. So somewhere early in June, there was one specimen reported from the little town Santa Clarita, not too far away from Los Angeles. And this is a place called Stevenson Ranch. It's a residential area with the park there. There is no crops around, it's just a park. And later, on the fig tree in the park was placed the Trappist lure that in July started to trap numerous specimens of Zeugodacus tau. And I think over now we have about 20-something specimens came and collected all over this area where the Stevenson Ranch located. So you can see it's surrounded by mountains. However, people at CDFA and everybody is really concerned because Zeugodacus tau is a serious pest. And from the host list of Zeugodacus tau from Liquida et al., we know that some of the citrus plants were reported as the host plants. However, some of these records, they may or may not be true. So still, it's a big concern because citrus SPP is listed as the host, and California is one of the biggest producers of citrus plants and oranges, lemons, and it's very concerning, and nobody wants really to check. Do they feed in citrus? Can they do that? What will happen if they will start? And that's why it would be really nice to hear your opinion and your ideas about what's going on in there and what should be done to prevent this potential catastrophe from happening. The other thing that really concerning is that there are at least 2 local species of Cucurbitaceae nearby, and it's a nanroot and coyote guard, and they are there. So our question is how possible that Zeugodacus tau just settles in those Cucurbitaceae. While one of those is now definitely not suited for settling because you see the fruits are already dried out. However, the other one, the coyote guard, which could be found nearby, I think they have fresh fruits right now, right? So they could be potentially used. So yeah, that's all my talk, nothing more, but please, if anyone have ideas, it would be really nice to discuss them now or later. You can contact Martin Hauser. Martin? Thank you.
Thank you. How about cucurbits grown in gardens around houses?
Yeah, Luke just asked about cucurbits in the gardens. This is a very weird settlement, a very typical American settlement. They have huge houses and a huge swimming pool and a palm tree and nothing else. And the rest is all plastic. So we had our staff there going from door to door and looking on satellite pictures. There were a few gardens where people had a few melons or a cucumber or so, but this is really minimal. And also the fig tree, we put a trap in. The fig tree was kind of like just a few years old. It was, I doubt that it could sustain a population of that much. So for us, it's really mind-blowing that the outbreak is in that settlement because there's no agriculture and nothing, and that they are sustained there. Because the first female we found was beginning of June, and it was a female with halfway developed eggs. And the next ones we found were in July, so it's a generation later, and none of the females had developed eggs. So that's already like the second generation very likely breaking out there. And I'm really surprised. And also we don't have a sterile flies to release for that species. And they are attracted to Q-lure, but not as strong as dorsalis would be attracted to methyl eugenol. So normally we mix a little bit insecticide with methyl eugenol, and the males go and lick on this and die. This might not be a super efficient way to do it. So if anybody has any experience with eradicating Zeugodacus tau, please let us know how you do it and what you do. But I thought we have all the experts here together, so we are very glad we could present that to you. And if you have any ideas, let us know. Thank you so much.
When I was working on the project, we eradicated Zeugodacus cucurbitae with protein-based sprays and bioannihilation combined. But it was after a drought that dropped the population down, so something to possibly look at. To look at fipronil as one of them.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good thing. We do protein baiting and yeast baiting, but sometimes we were afraid we are luring the males to another area if we set up too many of these traps. But and right now it's really hot down there. And one of the other problems is that we don't have a lot of field personnel right now out there. And the temperatures are really kind of above the 40s, and so if you run around for 8 hours, that's that's really tough. But our field staff is doing an excellent job. I mean, they cut so much the little fruit there is. They cut it. We found Silva adipata, the fig, the black fig fly. We found larvae everywhere, but we never found Zeugodacus larvae so far. So we are still looking on it.